Do your 3D prints keep failing and have giant holes and cracks in the models? Well, I'm going to show you a cheap, quick and easy way to fix that and maybe make it look like you're not quite as bad at 3D printing as you actually are. Hello, I'm Dr. Morganis and I have a PhD in sitting down to go to the toilet. Would you like some quick, free and easy advice on how to fix your 3D prints? Well, I'm about to turn my camera upside down and show you exactly how to do so. First thing you're going to need is a model with a hole in it, obviously. Second thing you're going to need, you know when you clean out your resin printer and you tip all the resin out and then you're not sure whether you should put it back in or not, so you just don't put it in the bin? Or when you've got the last little dregs left in a resin bottle and you can't be bothered waiting for it to all drain in, so you just drain it into a jug? Yeah, you need all of your leftover resin. A little pot, obviously. A silicone brush works quite well for this. And some good old Johnson's baby powder. I am not affiliated with Johnson's in any way. I'm sure other baby powder will work just as well. First of all, tip in a little bit of resin into your pot. Don't go too crazy like that. Get your baby powder and tip it in. Now I've used actually quite a lot of resin here, which I shouldn't have done. So I'm going to need quite a bit of baby powder. Plus I like to make quite a thick paste. And then I'm just going to mix it in. There we go, that is round about the consistency that I like, which is, I guess, the consistency of the middle of a Cadbury's cream egg. Again, I'm not affiliated with Cadbury's. Get your silicone brush, find out where you're going to need to put the resin, and then work in tiny little bits, and scrub them in. Don't do loads at once. And what I like to do is just get a cotton bud and just clean up around the area that just put resin into. Less sanding the better, I guess. Then take your UV torch and just shine it on the area that you just filled in for a little bit. It does start to seep in a little bit, so you may need to go over it twice. Another thing I like to do is just give a quick coat over with some filler primer where I'm sanding, just to make sure that I've filled in any gaps and whatnot. I will give a proper primer layer at some point once I'm quite happy with the actual preparation of this model. But for now I'm quite happy with what I've done there. You can tell that, you know, or I can tell maybe, that there has been some sort of cover up, but it's much better than having a gaping hole inside your model. But I think unless you're looking at it from a different angle, you can't really tell. and that is roughly how the model's going to be. So you can't see all the scrappy bits underneath, so I'm happy enough with that. So I've got a lot more preparation to do on this model. That will be for another video. However, while I do have the resin out, one last thing I want to show you. These little dimples here from where the supports come off. If you use a little bit of resin and just smooth it out, it actually fills in those little dimples. You don't have to do a great deal of sanding. Bear in mind that this will ruin any finish or any sort of detailing on the model, so don't use it too liberally. But if you are just trying to cover up the little dimples where nobody's really going to see anything, this works an absolute treat.